Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Hollywood Matrimony Live. We are currently live on Facebook and YouTube, but not anywhere else because it's too difficult to connect and they want to make you pay for things. And I ain't got that kind of time in my life. But you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
I didn't even know we were
X.
online yet. She didn't tell me until she
I
started.
did.
You didn't say you
Blue
were going
Sky and
nothing.
Hype. I said I'm going live. I told you
No,
twice.
You didn't
I told
say
you
a
twice.
word.
And you were over here like,
No, normally you go, are you ready? We're going to go live. And you said nothing. You just
I
suddenly
told
went,
you twice.
you were just doing this. And then you went, hello, everyone. And I'm like,
Well, we're live. Hi, Sabine's live too. Mwah. Sabine's on the show. Everyone's here for you.
we haven't had a show in a few weeks. Life's been busy.
And we've been lazy.
And then we were out of town.
Yes. We'll have to tell you all separately about our
We had
adventures.
a Texas Chainsaw Massacre vacation.
Adventure. We'll tell you all about it later. Right now, we're going to talk about a few movies.
A couple have been out already for a while.
But one has had a resurgence this weekend, so we're talking about it now.
Not really, because it's never really gone down.
But it's back to number one.
I know, but it was only number 2, so it's not really.
I know, but it's
It's
back.
been on top since it came out.
Over the top?
No, on the top.
On the top. All right, do you want to talk about that first?
Whatever
Let's
you
talk about it. Okay, let's talk about the movie Weapons. Hopefully, you have had an opportunity to see it.
We know you've seen the trailer because it played nonstop.
Oh my gosh, I was so tired of it.
Between that and Caught Stealing, those weapons,
I was tired of Caught Stealing's trailers.
Was
Like,
too.
I just can't even. I'm tired of trailers in general. Like,
Here's
trailers
the problem,
are on,
though.
I don't watch. Don't
the
pay
problem
attention.
is we see movies more than the average person, so we see trailers over and over and over. A lot of people see one movie every few weeks, maybe once a month. So a lot of people never see any of these trailers, so they're new to them.
I guess so.
If you go to a movie every single week,
We're there every week.
you know, and we run a site that they send me the trailers all the time. So I've seen almost every trailer when I go. It's rare for me to go to a movie and see a trailer I haven't seen.
I know.
So I get excited when I see them. I'm like, oh. So anyway, this movie is made from the same person that made Barbarian. So we already knew it was going to be an interesting take. What I did like about the trailers for this movie is they never gave really anything away. It really created more questions.
Yes.
Because you knew the basic premise that these kids all just ran out in the middle of the night, but then there was no rhyme or reason, so you originally kind of like, wait, what? Why? And
but then they're blaming that one teacher because it was only all the kids from her classroom.
So what's interesting about this movie is structured as a multi-part narrative.
Yes, it's like part one.
It's like 4 or 5 parts, and each one is focusing on a different character. So it says like Liz, and then it focuses on just the teacher and what happens. Then it goes to this Josh Brolin character, and it's his side of the same story up until kind of catching up to where we left off.
Where we left her.
Then it jumps to another character. It's like a sheriff or police officer, follows his kind of thing. So you're getting all these different build-up before they finally come to a head and intertwine with each other. So the majority of the film isn't even really a horror film, even though it's kind of a horror thriller. The last act is way more violent, gory, awesomeness. But the rest of the film is mostly like a murder mystery.
It's a mystery, like what happened, who done it, trying to just pull everyone's cameras to see like where did they go, and like, okay, well if they went this direction, what's over there? And this guy, like, they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to solve the mystery. I'm over here just chomping away.
Oh, I'm watching cookies.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's interesting because it's dealing with loss, it's dealing with betrayal, it's dealing with
trauma.
Trauma. It's dealing with guilt. It's dealing with a lot of. It's a very grounded story of like all the people that would be involved in someone that's like disappears,
missing kids,
whether it's a kidnapping or a murder or just runaways or whatever. All the people that are like, are you involved? And the blaming, and then the turning on people, and then the caring about people, and the hostility and the anger and the guilt of what you did or didn't do that led up to that or before that, or.
Well, and then I think it also brings in that whole thing of holding this teacher to a higher standard than any other person, even though she had nothing to do with what's in her place. She's like, I don't know. I don't have anything to do with it. But
it's the one thing that everybody had in common. So it's like.
Yeah. But then there's also another kid, and he's like, I don't know. You know, so like nobody knows it. But how is it possible nobody knows anything? And then they start harassing the teacher lady. And then people are trying to follow this little kid and interview. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
And then the parents start yelling at the school, which I love when these things happen. You're having a little meeting, the school meeting, and like, well, where were you? You know, that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, hold on. We're trying to find kids, not put blame. But then it goes crazy. So I think it's that whole thing, too, of how people just suddenly turn on each other and that whole mob mentality starts. Because that teacher meeting turns into a crazy fight, which you see a tiny bit of it in the trailer. I don't know. It's all over the place.
It reminded me a lot. There's a movie, I don't think you watched, or it's a little mini series on I think it's Netflix, called Adolescence, and it's fantastic. But it's about a 13-year-old kid who's accused of murder. Excuse me, and I think it's 4 episodes, but each episode is dealing with a different, like, it's the police trying to solve the crime, the parents dealing with the fallout, the crime itself, and there's not a real ending to it. You know, but as you're starting to see, like, they're blaming each other, and
that's the thing.
Who's this? And this person's innocent.
People become the most dangerous part.
When you tell these kind of stories, that can be very compelling if they're done right. And I think this one is done really well and brilliantly. And you see some of the guilt and stuff, and then where I can see where it can kind of fall apart for some people is the reveal.
Yes,
the reveal is kind of simple. It's unexpected from a standpoint
very unexpected,
because the movie is so grounded up until that point. And it's kind of an unexpected, almost supernatural element. Yeah. Depending on how you look at it.
It could be grounded as well.
Yeah. It depends on your perception
on your view on that.
But when it first happened, I was kind of like, that's it. That's a little disappointing. But there's such a big twist further in the end that's not so much about more answers, it's about the resolution. Yes. And what happens on
because at a certain point you never get a real answer of how.
Yeah, but there's such a satisfying, violent ending.
I love the ending
that you almost want to cheer and laugh and be disgusted and
loved it all.
Creeped out, because you're dealing with children. So I've had numerous people ask me, okay, well, I need to know. I'm not gonna ever watch this movie.
Oh Lord,
did the kids die, or I need a happy ending? If there's kids, there's kids. I'm like, look, I'm not someone who gives 2 shits about, like, I don't want to see kids abused and murdered or whatever. But if I'm watching a movie, I want to know there's a chance something horrific can happen to any character in that movie.
Yes, at any time, because I think
the animals, the kids, I don't want to see those kind of things. But if you don't have that fear, then it starts losing the punch of those movies.
What was that movie with the original directors? Like, why do the Americans change everything?
Oh, both movies were great.
The movie with
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Magneto, but his name's not Magneto. Yeah, not Magneto. Anyways, but we're going to tell you this movie, the original is amazing, and how it ends is amazing too. But you know, they did a remake of it. And there were some small changes because of that thing, where other countries are not as stringent of the hurting little children or animals as Americans are. And he's like, why do Americans change all the movies? Because it was striking.
Yeah, Speak No Evil.
Speak No Evil, the American remake.
Both movies are fantastic.
Both.
But the original movie is
it's
way more of a downer.
It's like,
downer.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like it's not a happy
ending. What's his name in it? What's his name?
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy in it was great.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so good. Anyway,
the American version doesn't end on a very uplifting moment.
No.
It's not near the downer of the original. And the ending to that original has more of an impact.
Yes.
You know, it's kind of like
whoa.
I always circle back to this, but 7 is like that.
Yes.
7 ends on a way that's very heavy and dark and
then I was reading, they wanted them to cut that out. They fought for that.
Yeah.
They had to fight to keep that part in there. I was like, dude.
And there's even another movie that we'll talk about today that had an unexpected moment. That a movie that's kind of fun and chaotic, and all of a sudden there's like, wait a minute, we never really talked about it.
No, it was.
But I don't know if it hit you the same way.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Already?
So we'll see if we talk about the same thing in a few minutes.
Anyways,
but this movie's, I think this movie is fantastic.
It is really good, and I think the ending, like you said, the twist. There's a couple of twists and twists and twists. You're either gonna like it or not.
It's not scary. There are jump moments.
Yeah,
it's very gory.
I did jump at one point.
It's very gory in the last act.
which I appreciate.
Yeah.
And I like the use of all the characters at the end.
Yeah.
I won't say what.
Anyway, Weapons has been number one, or two since it came out. It's doing
back to number one this weekend.
So if you haven't seen it by now, definitely check it out. Still in the theaters.
Mic check 1 2. Oh, can we talk about this?
Yeah, it's fine. It's still on Shudder. So.
Okay, I'm excited. This is on Shudder, and every time I've logged into my Amazon, our Shudder's linked, and this thing keeps popping up. I'm like, no, I don't want to watch clowns.
I've been getting press things about this for months, and I'm like, I love horror films. I love clown movies and whatever, but I'm very hesitant on horror films a lot of times because I get blasted with a lot of them. And most of them are very cheap or cheesy or low budget. I haven't done a thing for it yet.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the Blu-ray to come out in a couple weeks. But I'm very limited on what I have to watch so much stuff, the review stuff. Then I have my own TV that I watch. It's not review stuff.
We watch so much.
And so I tend to avoid a lot of these until I start hearing buzz. And I started hearing people talk about this is better than this. And then if I realized who was involved making it, which I believe was the guys that made Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I'm like, okay, I have a little bit of interest. And we finally, while we're out of town, I got an email. Ironically, we were talking about the movie because you're like, I keep seeing this. I guess we need to watch it. Then I got a press email about, hey, the Blu-ray's fixing to come out. So I'm writing an article about it. I'm like, let's just watch it. It's on Shudder right now.
Yeah.
The movie was fantastic.
This was so unexpected. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's nothing that hasn't been done before. It's a typical slasher flick.
A bunch of teenagers doing stupid things.
Yeah, gore, normal Friday the 13th-esque.
Yeah.
With clowns, but there's a cool twist to the story of what's actually going on.
This is Frodo the clown, who has been known throughout the history of this town to cause mischief, and this happens to be the 100-year celebration of the town, and of course craziness ensues because a bunch of dumb teenagers are doing pranks, and so of course they get what they started.
Yeah, and it kind of leaves it like a whodunit of like, who is the killer? You know what this reminded me of right now? It really reminded me a lot of Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yeah, same thing. Kind of the anniversary of the town.
Yeah, there's a lot of history. It borrows from a lot of other things.
Yeah, I mean,
but it is a mystery of like, who is the killer? Who is the clown? Is it supernatural? Is it just a person in a suit? Because there's a whole setup of the clown that's not real too. That's part of the movie, and so it becomes interesting because they're making these videos to play on this urban legend.
The urban legend.
And then it really starts happening. So now you're wondering, is this clown like a supernatural serial killer? Is it somebody dressed up? Is it, you don't know.
And then is it going to be one of those like it can never be killed? Yeah, because it feels like it.
So it sets up a lot of things, and it has some good kills. It's fun. Every one of the young people in the movie, you can't wait for them to die. I guess except for the main girl, she's okay.
She's okay because she just moved there.
Everybody else is annoying.
Figuring it out.
Even most of the adults are annoying. But to me, that's kind of par for the course for these kind of movies. Sometimes, the more unlikable they are, the more enjoyable it is to watch them die.
Yeah.
Which is really a dark part of our psyche that, even people like us who aren't necessarily wanting people to die. You still celebrate people dying in movies when they're not good people. You know what I mean? Like in the real world, I don't wish death on anybody. There may be people I'm not totally upset if they died, but I don't wish anybody death, no matter what. But I watched this movie, I wanted every one of them to die, and I had a good time with it.
Oh, this is based on a book. Based on the 2020 young adult horror novel of the same name. I only said that because someone said that the book gave it more time.
Yeah.
And this was condensed down, which
I think I told you that already.
Yeah, I think maybe so.
You don't listen to me when I talk.
In the middle of the night.
That's usually what happens.
Anyways, I liked it. I thought it was awesome. And the clowns were adequately scary, but not too scary.
Yeah. It's a typical slasher flick. It's not bringing anything new to the genre.
No.
But it does have, like I said, a fun twist of what's going on. So if you want to check out Clown in the Cornfield, I don't think it's playing in the limited release anymore, but it is on Shudder. If you don't have Shudder, it's $3 or something. Get Shudder. But
it's an add-on.
It will be, I believe, next week. Not this upcoming week, like September 9th. I think it hits Blu-ray and 4K and stuff. So either way, check out Clown on the Cornfield. If you're terrified of clowns, that's even more reason you should watch it.
All right, are you okay to go here?
Are we just doing 3 or 4?
4.
What is the other? Oh.
You want to do this one first?
Whatever.
Let's do it. Oh my gosh.
All right.
This movie.
The next one
Crazy.
is a Korean action comedy teen. I don't know how to classify this movie. So obviously it's Baby Assassins 3.
Make sure you watch part 1 and 2 because it does continue.
Now, some of y'all may be like, when was the first two? These are since they're foreign films. Obviously, they're kind of coming under the radar. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people not only haven't seen it, haven't even heard of Baby Assassins. But Baby Assassins 1, 2. There's also a Baby Assassins Everyday TV series that to my knowledge, is only aired in Korea or Japan
I
so
would
far.
love to see
They haven't shown it here. It's like 6 episodes. I'm sure you can probably see it on YouTube. So we haven't seen it yet. But follows these two girls who are teenagers. At least in the first movie, they're teenagers.
Oh, you can watch it on Haya.
What?
Part 1.
Oh yeah, part 1 and 2 are on Haya.
Oh, well, there you go. Get Haya.
Yeah. I hadn't got to that point.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's how I own them, but that's how I rewatch them. I thought in the theater I watched them up on Haya. Anyway, it's Wellgo USA is putting them out, and they own the Haya streaming service, which is like $3 or $4 a month.
Yeah,
it's nothing but martial arts flicks and
amazing.
Asian horror movies. Anyway, it's about these two girls that are professional assassins, but they're also having to navigate life.
So they
both,
work for the Assassins Guild. Okay?
And they're both kind of dysfunctional and lazy.
Yes, except when it comes to getting their assignments done.
Yeah, they're really good at killing.
And collecting their money, but then they have never lived on their own. Like, this is the first time.
Yeah, the first movie is them having to live by themselves. They graduated high school.
Yeah, and so now
college or whatever.
They got recruited by the Assassins Guild. They were doing great, but now they just get assignments and they have to go live on their own.
Yeah, and
they don't know how to clean.
It's funny because with the first two films, the first film is the first time they're moving in together. Because they put them in an apartment together or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're having to work, but they say you also have to get jobs. You have to start acclimating into society.
Yeah. While
doing this, and they're like, and there's one girl that's probably on the spectrum of some sort because she doesn't do good with people whatsoever. She doesn't want to do anything. She wants to fight. She wants to sleep. She wants to eat, and she wants to kill.
Oh, and their eating is so gross because they're like
all the time. The other girl's a little more girly and fun and silly, and she keeps getting jobs, but then she keeps losing them because she gets upset about something or the other girl messes it up for her. So they have a little dysfunctional. Then when you get into the second one, they're a little more, they decide they want to stay living together. But then they realize like they had a gym membership that had a bunch of money too that nobody canceled and they never went. But it's because of inflation and so then they got to work more. And so they keep getting sucked into things. So now we're on the third movie. The movies are a blast. They're not the kind of action movie you would think.
No.
Because a lot of it is just some sitting in their apartment arguing or talking, working their part-time jobs.
And then they get an assignment to go kill someone.
Yeah. And a lot of times they overlap.
Yeah. And then they go into the boss and they're like, well, we didn't get paid. And he's like, you did get paid. You just spent all your money. And they're like, what? It's hilarious.
It's kind of silly. It's goofy. It's weird. It's quirky. The action's awesome. The third one has evolved them a lot more. This one had a very different tone than the first two, I feel. Yeah. Because you brought in some other assassins for them to associate with instead of just being rivals, and then one of the other assassins that you're dealing with on the other side is better than they are, and so they're actually having to work a little bit more to it, but they reference back to other stuff. So it's filled with great actions and comedy, some weirdness. I love this franchise.
The best part is the cake from part 1. Makes it all the way to part 3.
They keep bringing it back.
It's so funny. Anyways,
I don't know if we'll get another one or not, but
I
hope so, and I hope they do release the TV series here at some point because these two are just great together.
They are so funny.
And it's interesting. You get to see them out of their element at the beginning of this because they're on vacation, and it's the first time you see them.
They're at the beach.
Yeah, it's the first time you see the one girl seems happy and smiling instead of just always awkward and sad.
And they're just having drinks on the beach, rolling around, and then they get an assignment, and they're like, oh. But we wanted to go eat. She was taking her to go eat Korean barbecue because her birthday's coming up. And she's like, well, let's hurry and go do this because I made a reservation for dinner. It's just
and then she forgot her birthday, so she's sitting there thinking about the other girl's birthday. She's like, I forgot her birthday. Like in her monologue, and then she's like, but she doesn't want to celebrate her birthday, but she did me stuff for my birthday. And it's like this kind of conversation. Yeah. And what's great about it is the girl, if you can see the image with the black hair, her facial expressions are the best.
But
when she's having her in her monologue, she's moving like she's having a conversation out loud. So she's like,
Mhm.
she did this, she did that. If I do this, what am I gonna do?
But I did make a dinner reservation, so maybe that can't. It becomes this whole thing, and the other girl's staring at her like, "Are you ready to go? Like, what's happening?" It's so funny. It's just fun. And there's a lot of good.
Yeah, and the
fights are
separation.
really good.
The girl with the black hair, she's the one really good at like shooting stuff, and
Yes.
she likes her machine guns and this stuff. The other girl's really good at like the martial arts and the
Hand-to-hand.
fighting. This time they both get to do a little both of each. Every movie has a final fight where the blonde girl
The
fights
blonde girl's
somebody.
kicking
And
butt,
she is.
man.
She's a badass. But,
She's awesome.
but she takes a beating, so it's not the kind of thing where they just are unstoppable.
No.
That's
But
what I
the
like
action
too.
that's always good in these, and it's.
Yeah.
I think what I appreciate of their movies is in some martial arts movie you can see like it's slow and methodical.
Yeah.
These move fast.
And as good as the choreography is, and as awesome as there, it's sloppy.
It's so sloppy.
And I like
think
it
that's
because-
real life.
Yeah, because they're like, there's moments she's fighting, and it's just like, but it looks like real fighting. It doesn't look. It looks choreographed and everything, but it doesn't look like all of this all the time and perfect blocks, and even the kicks aren't always.
And
perfect.
sometimes she misses. And
Yeah. She has this flying headbutt she does that kind of gets countered the first time in this movie, which made it fun.
For the first time ever, and she was like,
it gets a full twist.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's
it's a
really cool.
fantastic flick. If you
You
haven't
should
seen
check
the
it.
first two, please check them out. They're great
Go find
movies.
them.
Stick with them because there are moments you're going to feel like, what is this crap I'm watching?
It is.
'Cause
But it's fun. Like when they're dressed up in the little animal suits.
at
trying
that
to
weird
set them.
restaurant.
Yeah, or they're dressed up like the maids in the maid. But it's very
Yeah, they're dressed. I think it's part two.
It's very Asian.
I think in part two, they get jobs as mascots,
Yeah.
and they get in a fight with each other when they're beating the crap out
There's
of
a
each other.
tiger and a panda fighting. It's
They're just beating the
ridiculous.
shit out of each other.
It's ridiculous,
Anyway,
but it's fun.
yeah. Baby Assassin 3 is available now on Blu-ray and DVD. The first two are on Hi-YAH. I don't know if the third one's on Hi-YAH yet, but it will be.
It will be.
So, but if you haven't gotten Hi-YAH, go get it. It's cheap.
It's fun.
It's got, like I said, a ton of martial arts flicks. It's got some Asian horror movies, some Asian dramas. It's got old school 70s Asian flicks. It's pretty cool. It's a cool little cheap channel. There's a lot of fun stuff on it.
There you go. All right, next. Tell me
All right,
about this.
So this next
Thank
one
God
is
this movie came out.
Darren Aronofsky's latest film, Caught Stealing, which is the other one we've been seeing the trailing to death for, which the first time I saw the trailer, I was stupid excited for this movie.
Yes.
Then I was like, I don't
By the
care.
time you've seen the trailer like 15 times, you don't even care.
But I give them
anymore.
props. They didn't keep showing new trailers and showing more crap. It was just
No,
the same
it's the
trailer.
same one, but Lord, I
And
was
so
tired of
we
it.
were discussing, we were on a trip, and we decided to go to a movie. We were deciding what to watch. I really wanted to see this movie. She had zero interest
I
at
was
this
like,
point,
"Eh."
but it was the only one kind of around the time, so I convinced her to
We
get
went.
it.
It's fine.
So before she says what her feelings on it, the movie's, it's a simple premise actually. It's about a guy who's he has his own life problems, and he works in a bar. He's a bartender, and he goes to watch his buddy's cat, and clearly his buddy got into some nonsense, and now he's basically having to face off with all these mobs and crime people, and they're basically trying to kill him, and he's also trying to navigate a relationship.
Yes.
That's the movie.
There you go.
Pretty simple. What did you think?
I really liked this movie. I didn't think I was, because I was like, this is just going to be some chaos that makes no sense. But then it's very stylized the way it's done, because I didn't pay attention to Darren Aronofsky until the very end.
But it's also
When
the
it
most
rolled.
it's the most grounded Darren Aronofsky film I've seen in a long time, because
But
if you don't know, he did Black Swan, he did Mother, he did Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
His movies usually have these weird aesthetics.
Yes.
This one felt more like a Quentin Tarantino type
vibe.
vibe.
Yeah.
Not taken away from Aronofsky, it just had that tone of monologues and characters.
Correct.
I really love this movie.
I really liked it more than I thought I was, because I was so tired of this. I was like, I don't even care.
This is probably
I
another
don't
one
even care if somebody gets shot.
This is going to probably be another one that hits my top 10.
But it was really good. So as you see in the trailer and you see on here, there's these different groups of people that are fighting for whatever. And you see in the trailer, there's some bags of money. So you assume, okay, somebody's stealing money from somebody. But it's funny, you have all these people. And I like Lev Schreiber.
Oh, Liv Schreiber and Vincent D'Onofrio.
They are.
You knew who the other one was, right?
Yeah, I knew it's Vincent D'Onofrio, but he looks so crazy. He looks
He
like
doesn't
Gandalf.
look anything like Kingpin or anything
He looks
else.
like Gandalf-y in that.
They were my two favorite outside of Butler. They were the best. They're Hasidic Jew assassins.
which
during Shabbat.
quite possibly, yeah. So like it's Shabbat, we can't drive the car. You have to drive.
They had to stop about Bubba's house so they could practice. What is it? Shabbat.
Yeah, they have to go.
Anyway, and they're
see
eating
their
matzo ball
mom.
soup, and it's just so funny.
Which, by the way, that soup looked good.
I remember seeing in the trailer. I'm like, how do we get to this point? Because they're crazy people trying to kill him. Why are they having soup together? But it makes total sense.
Yeah,
because they're trying to balance murder and their religion
they
at the
still
same
have to go
time.
see their mom. Yeah.
And then that helps him because she likes him. She's like, they're gonna kill him at some point, and we're like, but Bubba likes him. Like,
likes him.
And he loves his mom too. And
Yes.
really, it's this weird, quirky dialogue.
So weird.
And it's like you have these skinhead guys. You have this. What is Bad Baby? Is he
He's Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican like mob type thing? Then you got the police. Then you got the Hasidic Jew assassins. Nothing goes together. Yet it works.
It works.
It's all circled around a cat.
Yes, it's all about the cat. Oh, sweet cat. He didn't want to watch the cat, but then at the end he's like, grab the cat.
Yeah, the cat became
the cat's its own character.
And that cat had some personality, man.
That cat was well trained. Whoever trained that cat to sit in that bag and just do stuff.
I tell you, I was most surprised visually was Griffin Dunn.
Who's Griffin Dunn?
He was the guy that owned the bar.
Oh,
that's him.
Yeah.
Like he has long hair. He looks like a hippie biker.
Yeah. And then I liked what the main dude, the other, not Austin Butler, the other dude.
Oh, Matt Smith.
Matt Smith.
Doctor Who.
Yes, he's so good, y'all.
He's a great actor.
He's just good, and I like seeing him do different things. And Zoe Kravitz is always good. And yes, there was some shocking stuff happening in the middle of that movie, and I was like,
and what's the movie?
This. Oh, with her.
It's very violent, and yeah, we got to see her boobs. I was so excited for that, and.
I mean,
it's interesting though, but I want to give mad props to Austin Butler too, because I knew he was a good actor. He wasn't really on my radar before Elvis. I don't think he was on a lot of people. I know, and he wasn't on a lot of people's radar.
He wasn't on mine just because of Shannara.
Yeah, and he did a few different shows and stuff though. I mean, he was out there, but Elvis kind of made him a household name, and he's been doing stuff like Dune.
Yeah,
and he
was really good.
He did that motorcycle club movie that you didn't like that much, but I enjoyed it.
He was good.
Yeah.
The bike riders.
I think this is one of the kind of grounds him to me is he had a very James Dean movie star quality that you don't see a lot in people anymore. It's like very like early Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt and
he was very Brad Pitt
and Kevin Costner and all these people back in the day were like. They were movie stars.
Yeah,
you don't have a lot of those anymore.
No,
you have actors now, and he oozes charisma. He's kind of cool, but he's relatable and likable.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
I agree.
I feel like he's a guy that's probably like very private, but it also super nice, But it all oozes from the performance of this movie. He's just, and he's a character that's flawed and has his own issues, but it's just the whole thing is just there's a lot of stuff happening in this movie that just balances out, and even the city of New York is his own character.
Yeah, I loved it.
And so they really use everything.
I was like, oh yeah, I know New York now because I've been watching Blue Bloods, so I know enough.
I also like that he's not this unstoppable hero.
No, he's just a normal dude.
Yeah.
And he gets beat the crap out of him.
That first beating he takes is
By the way, you know who else is a really good character? The neighbor.
Oh, the one that just
the nosy neighbor. It's like, will y'all be quiet? I'm trying to work.
Well, he keeps threatening to call the police too, and he never does. And then the one time he's like, "Call the police." He goes, "I'm gonna call them." He goes, "No, really, call them."
He's like, "Call them, Dwayne."
Yeah, Dwayne. And then everybody
keeps saying, "Shut up, Dwayne."
And at one point, like even some of the bad guys are like, "Shut up, Dwayne,"
because he keeps opening his door. He's like, y'all are making too much noise. I'm working. Oh my gosh! So
it's a great movie. It didn't do that well, which bums me out because it's such a great film.
It's a really good movie, guys. I was tired of seeing it. I didn't even care. I had no interest. And we walked there. We walked our butts to the theater, and I had no interest still. And
10 minutes to the theater from where
the popcorn made me happy, but then the movie made me happy.
The movie was right next door to the Alamo.
It really was. We were on vacation.
We were fighting for freedom.
And I really liked it.
We were watching a movie where people died.
Wow, it was good.
The theater was pretty nice. It was in a mall thing, and it had like big reclining seat stuff.
Yeah, it was nice.
Typical theater. The only thing I didn't like about this theater as we were trying to, because we have specific seats like a lot of people have. We were trying to pick our seats before we went, and some people will probably be like, that's how they all are. But here in Texas, where we're at, usually in Dallas, I mean, our theaters are like side ramps.
Yeah, there's
and all the seats are together.
And the seats in the middle.
In these theaters, they were
seats.
Walk through the middle of them, so there's sections over here. It's like an airplane
and I'm like,
seating. And so we were like,
no, there's no good space, not next to anybody. But there was no one next to us.
Yeah.
So I guess the person that was supposed to be here didn't go, or they moved somewhere. I don't know.
But anyway, the movie's really good.
Not as good as the best theater ever, which was in Bangkok. Where it was like that love seat, and they gave you a blanket, and they made fresh hot popcorn and brought it to your seat. It was
delivered to your seat. It was at our seat. So most of y'all probably haven't heard the story.
Oh, and it had that buffet before.
So if you bought at the top of the mall in downtown Bangkok, there was a theater.
Yeah.
We went and saw Thor: The Dark World there because you hadn't seen it yet.
Yes.
And we went in and we paid for what they called the deluxe. We're like, we're on vacation. Why not? It was the same price that we pay here.
Yeah.
But it had a lounge room that had hors d'oeuvres.
Like little mini sandwiches.
But they were like real hors d'oeuvres. They weren't like,
no, they had sandwiches.
Yeah, they weren't like
and chips.
Concession food.
And snacks.
Fruit and cheeses and whatever. And then when you buy your ticket, you buy your drinks and your Cokes and everything. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and your popcorns.
And then when you go and they tell you it's time to sit for your theater, they don't give you anything. You go in there and your stuff is sitting at your seat already.
Like your hot, fresh popcorn and your drink. And you sit and it's like a big love seat like this, and you have a blanket and everything. I was like, oh, this is nice.
And then, but you also have to stand.
And then immediately people start standing, and I'm like, we're
standing.
Yeah,
they play the national anthem, and the time they had a big thing. I don't know if they do it now because
the different kings or the king.
Yeah, they had a big video of the king, and everybody standing up singing the national anthem. And we're like,
I'm just gonna stand here quietly and wait.
So we just
so nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Very nice. Anyways, okay, sorry.
Anywhere we go, we try to go to the movies at least once, just so we can experience our theaters. So I know some people always complain, but they're always like, "You go on vacation? Why are you going to waste time going to a movie?" And I'm like, "Because we like to see what the other theaters look like."
Yeah, we're movie people.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
Caught Stealing's in theaters now, and it's fantastic.
It is. Okay, over to you, my love. Tell me what's coming out.
There's not a lot coming out this week.
I know it's a slow
Labor Day week, so it's a little smaller. So it's a lot of re-release stuff. They're putting out a Superman 5 film collection on 4K, which I want to say they put another one of them out already. So maybe it's just a re-release. Maybe that was a Blu-ray. The Salvador getting a 4K release. Lost in Space is getting a 4K release. That's pretty much it. It's not a lot of big things coming out.
Okay. Coming out this week on Wednesday to Disney Plus is the new Lilo and Stitch. In case you missed it on theaters, it's now going to be on the line on Disney Plus.
But we watched it on.
that thing.
Yeah.
Coming out Friday, I know everyone's excited for this. They're putting Hamilton, the original Broadway cast, back in theaters. That's what everyone's been waiting on. No, actually, the new Conjuring movie, which is called The Conjuring Last Rites, another thrilling chapter in the Conjuring cinematic universe franchise with Vera Farmiga and Patrick, Wilson. I'm so scared, you guys. We have started watching all the movies. We started with The Nun 1 and 2, and The Nun to me is the scariest ones. I don't know why, but that nun thing gets me every time. Anyway, so we're watching all the movies in the Conjuring universe. The Annabelle's next, and some Conjurings, the original Conjuring, that one. Also coming out on Friday to Apple TV Plus is a movie called Highest to Lowest.
It's the new Spike Lee movie with Denzel Washington.
It's Denzel Washington and Spike Lee are back together again.
It's already come out in I think a limited release in theaters, and so now it's going to Apple TV.
Oh, okay. This is a retelling of Akira Kurosawa's crime thriller High and Low, but now set in the mean streets of New York. So it's called Higher to Lower. Denzel Washington is a music mogul who is targeted for a ransom plot and has to deal with some life and death choices here. So we're going to see what happens.
I'm excited.
That's pretty much all that's happening this week.
Yeah.
It's a slow week when it's a holiday. All right. We're going to tell you about some free stuff that we're giving away on our website. Let me pull it up.
I haven't added a whole lot of new stuff recently, but we got a few things. We got some copies of, still got some 4K copies of Lethal Weapon, the original.
Is that the one on the toilet?
No, that's part 2.
Okay.
This is the one with Jake Busey and Mr. Joshua.
Oh.
It's the one that started it all. We got some digital copies of Elio,
which we have started to watch, and then it froze or something.
No, I couldn't hear it. We were trying to watch it on the road, and it wouldn't let us put subtitles right, and it wasn't playing. And I'm partially deaf, so I couldn't hear it.
Try again.
We'll watch it here at home. We can see it. And then we got copies of the original Conjuring, the one that started it all.
I'm so scared.
Some 4K copies of that, as well as copies of Final Destination Bloodlines.
Okay.
The latest chapter of that franchise. It was really good.
Really good.
And then we have copies of The Accountant 2. A lot of sequels in our giveaway.
Please watch The Accountant.
Yeah, don't watch
Accountant 2.
Yeah, I already had this discussion with somebody else. And then a Western starring Pierce Brosnan and Samuel L. Jackson called The Unholy Trinity. And those are what the giveaways we have.
All right. Well, that's it for us, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time.
Peace out.
Peace.